local, late breaking. This is WBAL TV 11 News, Saturday morning.
Still ahead on 11 News Saturday morning.
The city continues to deal with a ransomware virus on their software. Coming up, what you need to know about the problem and how you can avoid being targeted. Joining us now this morning with more on what ransomware is and how you could avoid getting hacked, we have Rick Staten and we have David Warnick with CMIT Solutions. What is it that you guys do exactly?
So at CMIT Solutions, we specialize really in managing technology networks for small and medium-sized businesses. And that could really mean something different to every company. But at the end of the day, we're asked to come in and manage all aspects of the technology.
Okay, so this ransomware on the city system, how serious is this?
So it's pretty serious. I mean, their data's encrypted. They may not be able to get it back. They're more likely, if they don't have good backups, then they may, have total data loss in some cases. So,
and this is something that ransomware is holding a network hostage. Explain it exactly.
So the way ransomware works generally is it will encrypt the data on the network, and there's a number of ways that can happen. It can be through clicking on a bad link in an email or running an attachment in an email, but it'll encrypt the data. This particular ransomware, to understanding, is fairly aggressive in the sense that it spreads through the network, and so it's really a combination of a couple of different types of things. So it's probably a little bit of a worm combined with ransomware.
So Mayor Jack Young says that he will not pay the ransomware. I mean, what do you guys advise when it comes to paying?
He's 100% correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Why is that?
Well, if you pay, I mean, for one thing, paying just encourages them to continue to, it's just like any other type of ransom. If you pay, then the ransom takers will continue to do it. I mean, it drives, ransomware attacks are actually down, but the economics of it is actually the same. They're still pulling in the same amount of money, if not a little bit more, because a lot of people are paying.
Yeah, it seems scary. What things can we do to avoid this from happening at all?
Well, there's, I think the one common theme that you're going to hear across both business and personal is that the importance of data backup, always backing up your data. And I think the other part of that is that it's regular and that you always do it. Because one of the key ways to combat the impacts of ransomware is that you're able to go back to a point in time prior to that infection and restore your data so you can continue with your operations, and that's the process that the city's doing.
And we're showing some advice there right on the screen on how to protect yourself from ransomware. What about, I mean, you've got employees who often, they use the network remotely. I mean, are there extra protections for that kind of thing?
So depending on how they're using it, if it's, some software products out there, really all you're seeing is a screen share, which makes it pretty unlikely that an infection from their local computer can get back. But if they're using a VPN connection, then the same kind of thing can apply. So, it's actually important. A lot of small businesses don't really think about the aspect of those remote workers. What happens on their computers can affect their network if they're connecting in through VPN. And so really, even those remote workers, if they're using their local devices, they need to have the same kinds of protections as their internal business network.
Rick, any last points you want to add here?
I think just add to that, change your passwords on a regular basis is a good sound practice across the board.
And don't have an easy 1, 2, 3, 4 password.
Yeah,
I hear that all the time. All right, thank you both for coming in.